girlfriend, 23F, said I, 25 meters, was unreasonable when I asked her for a small favor. I live with my girlfriend and we live in the UK, and the area of our town that we live in can only get basic Wi-Fi speeds. This means if I want to play an online video game, it will only work if nothing else is connected to the Wi-Fi. I was playing on the game last night and it was working fine. Then it started lagging and I noticed my GF was using her phone. I quickly asked her if she could use data for 5 minutes. She gets unlimited data, or just to wait 5 minutes until I was finished. She apologized but kept using her phone. I lost the game, then she put her phone away. I asked if she wanted to do anything and she said no, so I asked if she minded if I had one more game quickly, which would take under 10 minutes, and she said that was fine. After I had been on for around 1 minute, she starts using her phone and it lags again. I ask if she's connected to Wi-Fi and she just doesn't respond. Once the game is over, I was annoyed at the fact she ignored me and annoyed at the fact she knew it was causing the game to lag yet kept on doing it anyway. I asked why she ignored me and she said she didn't. She then just said she didn't want to use data and I shouldn't be asking her not to use the Wi-Fi. I pointed out it was for 5 mines, so it's hardly like I was telling her never to use it again. I just thought she'd be able to do me a small favor. She just repeated that she did nothing wrong and I was unreasonable for asking her not to use it. How would you handle this? TL. Doctor, my girlfriend said I was unreasonable when I asked her not to use the Wi-Fi for 5 minutes while I finished a game online. I don't see the issue of thinking your partner would do a small favor for you when it doesn't even take anything for them to do it. How would you handle this? I think she's passive-aggressively telling you without telling you that yes, she does mind that you're gaming while she's there. I hate when people don't say what they mean. I have seen this post posted before. Haven't you been able to sort the issue yet? You really needed to post this 3 separate times in 2 hours? How often are you gaming? Get an Ethernet cord. Guy here. Huge gamer. If my partner kept telling me to turn off Wi-Fi for gaming, I'd probably get annoyed too and start to resent the activity. If it's this one instance, then yeah, it's a completely reasonable request, but I know how gamers are. I doubt this was the only time. He can get an Ethernet cable, lol. This is definitely not the full story. How often do you ask this small favor? Can't you guys get better internet? I mean, this is the thing. People these days, I gotta admit, including myself, love being online and the freedom to just get online anytime. I mean, these days, even on TV, I'm streaming, using the Wi-Fi. So online has become such a huge component to many of us that I think y'all should get better internet or get a solution so that not only one of you can use the Wi-Fi. While it's not that big of a deal to wait 5 minutes, the reality is, as I'm the one who games in the partnership, that 5 minutes, for me can grow to 10, then 30. And I've told myself, okay, I'm just going to play for 30 minutes, then 3 hours later, lol. Anyway, her going to the phone while you start to play may either be her being passive-aggressive, like others have commented, or her being so used to just distract herself with her phone while you're doing something else. So she may not even intending to be passive-aggressive about it. It's just what she likes doing. Going on her phone, either chatting, perusing social media, watching videos, etc. ETA. Oh, okay. So she has unlimited data. Does she know how to switch from Wi-Fi to unlimited data? Just making sure she's not phone illiterate. How often are you asking her this? And how long is 5 minutes really? Because it doesn't think like she thinks this is a small favor anymore. I had a similar situation with my brother, but from your girlfriend's perspective. I think that it's fine if it's only like 10 minutes a day, but I doubt you only play one game every day. What happened with my brother was that he wanted to play all day every day, and he expected us to not use the Wi-Fi, which was unreasonable. I think you may be doing the same, and that's why your girlfriend is reacting the way she does. You can get an unlimited plan for your cell phone and share the Wi-Fi with your console while you play, or you could get a second Wi-Fi contract to use exclusively with your games. In my case, what we did was ignore him until the Wi-Fi provider offered more plans and we got a better one. If she gets off her Wi-Fi when you ask for your game, she probably thinks you will keep asking this more and more. Maybe you need a better router or something. Info. How frequently do you ask for this favor? And is gaming a contentious subject in your relationship? You should be able to enjoy your hobby, as long as it doesn't come at the expense of someone else. 5 minutes in gamer world is never actually 5 minutes. Your girlfriend is probably sick to death of hearing 5 more minutes. There's no way this is a one-off request if the Wi-Fi is slow. That implies you always have this issue when gaming. I don't believe this is one small favor. I think you ask every time you game. Just like you immediately asked the second time you started playing. Who pays for the Wi-Fi? I know if I was paying for the Wi-Fi and I kept having to use the inferior data connection on my phone, I'd get irritated about that too. The difference is I wouldn't be passive-aggressive about it. I'd outright let it be known. Then we could reach a compromise about fair Wi-Fi use. This whole post reeks of minimizing the facts in your own favor. ETA. A lot of comments saying this exact post has been shared on here previously. I'm not surprised it's an ongoing issue. Does she help pay for the Wi-Fi? Does she have a good data plan? I've had several unlimited data plans that really mean unlimited until you use a certain amount, and then basically too slow to even work. If that's the case and you're kicking her off Wi-Fi she pays for, it doesn't matter if she has unlimited data or not. Honestly, I feel like people are quick to judge her as a passive-aggressive child based on an account of relatively banal behavior from someone that has a reason to skew the truth. IDK. I don't feel like there's enough information here to give you accurate or helpful advice. Because if you are kicking her off Wi-Fi she pays for, you're a dick. And if she seriously was doing it to be petty, she's immature. I don't know what she's like. Maybe she was distracted and not really paying attention to what you were saying. Especially if you aren't even getting a response from her. A lot of people are really jumping on her, but I personally encounter a lot of people that take my silence personally when I didn't even hear them in the first place. You're both awful at communication, but I'm not convinced you're as harmlessly innocent as other people seem to think just because you're a gamer and they relate. Are you often kicking her off the Wi-Fi? Do you insist she pay for Wi-Fi that you reserve the right to kick her off of at a whim? Would you pay for it all by yourself if she stopped using it entirely? Have you even asked if her unlimited data runs as well as the Wi-Fi? Do you think it's her fault you lost a game and that is a serious issue? All of this information would heavily sway my opinion of you and the situation at hand, but right now there's just not enough information to accurately judge this situation, and I don't think you're a super reliable narrator if you're leaving this much out. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess you're constantly gaming, and that this favor is constantly asked of her. I would say a good 75% of the time the answer to these posts is sit down and have an actual conversation with your partner. Don't do it in the heat of the moment. Do it when you're both slightly removed from the situation. I have a feeling that this is not a one-time ask and that 510 minutes does not actually mean 510 minutes. Gaming minutes are like football minutes. 5 minutes could be 5 minutes or it could be 30. She's being unnecessarily passive-aggressive, petty, as opposed to just telling you how she feels. But I don't think this is as clean-cut as you're making it out to be, whether intentional or not. Also, I am not sure what the people in these comments think gaslighting is. But nowhere in this story was there gaslighting. Let's not equate ignoring your partner's video game request to psychological, emotional abuse, please. It undermines everyone that is actually dealing with abuse. I had this problem. Not the GF but lagging due to Wi-Fi. Try hooking the gaming system directly to your internet instead of using Wi-Fi. If the system allows it, it's much better for gaming. Get better Wi-Fi. I would not be thrilled with my cheap-ass boyfriend telling E to get off his Wi-Fi so he can game. I wonder what your relationship with video games is. If my video game addicted husband asked me the same thing, I'd laugh. Also, get better Wi-Fi. This is likely a service issue. As others have said, I also think she is passive-aggressively telling you without tell you that she doesn't like you gaming whilst she is there. It does seem very selfish of her to do that over a 510-minute game. Of course. That being said, nobody knows how often you play your games or for how long. My fiancé plays some games here and there, mostly on his phone, but he plays PlayStation and PS Vita too. I have a rule for those two that he can't play more than an hour gaming whilst our children are awake, at an age where mama and papa's presence is crucial for development. But after the children are asleep, I don't mind how much he plays because I treasure that peace and quiet once they're finally asleep. Tears of joy. I also don't mind because I have some games I play on my own phone, and sometimes I'll do meal prep, shopping lists, write down things we need, etc. to pass the time.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.